Welcome to Bayside High, where the hormones are unchecked, the outfits rule, and every conversation is one bad thought away from a physical altercation. Today we're breaking down the legendary Saved by the Bell throwdown. And let's pause for a second because for every 5th grader who was watching this in '92, this fight was very real. It was debated over orange slices and sandwich bags after Little League, while Mikey cried about eating shit on second base by tripping over it like a tard. Nobody cared. We were too busy arguing who won, Zack or Slater. On one side, you had Zack Morris, filled to the brim with pre-nut delusion. He thinks he can square up with AC Slater, Bayside's wrestling state champ, whose blue ball rage is so potent it could be weaponized by the Pentagon. Why? Because Zack cock-blocked his date with new girl Joanna the night before, which, holy shit, this is cringe if you're fighting your bro over a woman. No puss is worth this. But upon further inspection, this isn't about some chick getting between a couple of bros. This is about release. Slater is sitting on a full tank of edge, and Zack is too deep in his own Riz frosting to see it. This isn't about love. This isn't about Joanna. This is about two males who need to spiritually nut through violence. And it starts off with Zack Morris running on 100% unbusted confidence, hired a hotel maid for $20 to pretend to be Slater's mom.
Hey Martha, here's your $20. Go to it.
And for $20, this maid happily drops the vacuum to completely suck block Slater by sitting between him and Joanna. The next day, the air at Bayside is girthy. Slater's flying down the stairs wearing his high testosterone armor of acid wash jeans, a tucked in loose polo, and a mullet that looks like it's ready to commit a misdemeanor in front of vending machines. Zack is at his locker plotting his next pump and dump scheme on Joanna when he hears it.
Hey, Zack.
And right here, Zack's got that look that he felt a ghost fart made entirely of fear and cafeteria pizza fill his Calvins. He fires off a sarcastic line, which is perfect if your kink is getting suplexed through polished concrete.
Last night at the movies, you went too far.
Just helped a mother get together with her son. What's so wrong about that?
Somehow, sarcasm doesn't diffuse the situation, but something interesting happens here. You would think this is the moment Zack slips himself into a janitor's cart and starts a new life in Nevada, but the Wolf of Bayside actually holds the line.
Wrecking my date with Joanna wasn't funny.
Oh, like it was funny wrecking my study date the night before?
This is pre-nut delusion at its finest. Standing in front of him isn't one of the geeks in a propeller hat. Zack's squaring up with Bayside's apex predator in Jordache jeans. And Slater, to his credit, is giving Zack every possible off-ramp on this highway to hell, but Zack is pedal to the metal now, refusing to pull out. The pre-nut delusion, it's throbbing through every pore now. Yet Slater, he can smell this boy is speedrunning life on hard mode. So he gives Zack this point, which means, dude, one more word out of your dumb blonde mouth and you're going to get your birthdays turned off.
Hey, you started it, man, making me look like a jerk at the max.
But Zack, he's fading out of the pre-nut delusion and marching right into the second stage called mid-nut learning. He shifts his body weight and backs up, and this is his brain saying, please ejack yourself out of this situation right now before the moneymaker becomes a change machine. But Zack is experiencing a frontal lobe failure and demands Slater gets out of his face.
You heard me. Get out of my face.
And now Slater's mind is screaming, this can't be real. He's pretty sure it's a scam that's collapsing like it's Enron in a varsity jacket. He can smell the fear, so he steps in and calls Zack the Bayside N-word.
And what if I don't, punk?
But Zack's ego isn't edging anymore. It's full-on long-stroking itself. Dropping a P-bomb at him is his fetish. And if Slater's going to spit P-words at his face, Zack is going to spit it right back at him.
Then I'll just have to make you, punk.
And this little head cock here, it means he's at the point of no return. His balls just said send it, overriding his entire brain screaming no. But the Zack glands win. So he hits Slater with a one-handed shove. Not full power, just enough to say back off unless you want to step into the Zack attack. But Slater is fueled by two testicles swelling with unsatisfied fury and sends Zack into the lockers. That's not just a push, it's a lesson in blue ball physics. This is what happens when you mess with a man who's still leaking raw frustration. Zack bounces off the lockers hard enough to snap his brick cell phone in half, but shocker of all shockers, he doesn't bounce off and bounce out of this fight. He comes back swinging, and not metaphorically. Zack Morris throws a right cross like he just blacked out and woke up thinking he was Ivan Drago. And it connects on Slater's dimple the girls nicknamed the Flirt Pit. Slater flinches because there is no timeline where Preppy is supposed to actually swing. And his mind is playing catch up like, did the Abercrombie model with frosted tips really just hit me? But that's all that Zack gets. Slater the Terminator boots up, just a split-second delay before beatdown.exe launches. He grabs Zack like a gym towel that's overstayed its welcome and swings him down with force usually reserved for folding lawn chairs. And then he has a direct, no buffer, fist to cheekbone delivery. The kind of punch that says, thanks for playing, please collect your jaw on the way out. And yet, Zack's face isn't goo. Not leaking teeth, no shattered jaw, no Saved by the Bell ICU edition. Somehow, miraculously, his skull holds up. Like it's made of pure ego in late 80s Mexican plastic surgery. Slater just dropped a punch that could knock the denim off a Levi's model, and Zack eats it like it's prom night and he's too proud to spit. The girls are screaming in the background, no boys, not your beautiful faces. And the fight, somehow back on its feet. Like Zack belongs in the same universe as Bayside's ball-swelling war god. This should be over, there should be chalk outlines, it should be a very special episode ending in Zack's funeral. But somehow the laws of physics are letting Zack cook. And this is when you realize when pre-nut delusion collides head-on with blue ball rage, it's not a fight anymore, it's a metaphysical event. It's when an unfinishable force meets an unmilked object. And the universe just sighs like, here we go again. But before we can see who can paint the halls with whatever fluid comes out of their body, jumping in is the ultimate cock blocker, Mr. Dick Belding.
Stop! Stop it! Stop!
He's rocking a mullet that screams divorced in 92, emotionally checked out in 89, and a suit with a color that can only be described as bowling alley autumn. Later, both Mark Paul Gosselaar and Mario Lopez were asked who won the fight, and they both agreed it was Slater. But I don't know, man, you gotta give it up to Zack. He took a shot to the face and swallowed it like his coach was Riley Reid. It wasn't resilience, it was refusal to accept reality. And honestly, that's more powerful than biceps sometimes.